Hi, I'm Josh Ochs, author of Light, Bright, and Polite: How to Use Social Media to Someday Impress Colleges and Future Employers for Teens and Tweens. Today, we're going to talk about 4 internet tips that you as a parent or an educator can use to keep your kids safe and smart on the internet. Very important these days. Live from Ontario, Canada, I have Antoine Boucher, head of Bluepoint Technologies. Antoine, welcome to the video.
Thank you, Josh.
Well, it's great to have you here today. So let me ask you question number 1. You talked to us about how to supervise our children's activities on the web. Can you give us a tactical tip on how we can do that?
Yes, Josh. First and foremost, it's very important to know where they go and which application they use, and have a discussion with them about that, and overlook and see their activities.
Now, you're a dad of 3 kids, right? You have 3 kids. How do
Absolutely.
you personally oversee your kids' online activities? Because not only do you run a technology company, which we'll talk about later, but you also are a father. So talk to us some tactical tip that you use in your household.
Yes. Actually, Josh, very good to ask. I've had a lot of anxiety about my children's activity and internet activity specifically, and that's why we'll talk a little bit about what I'm doing about this. But first and foremost, it's about common sense. It's about, and some of the points I wrote are pure common sense that I've developed and throughout my quest, I guess, with my children. I'm an engineer. The value of the internet is, I found the value to be incredible compared to what we had in the past. I want my children to be able to really be able to harness all its power, but they have to be safe. And it's simple for children to be going in places they shouldn't be, or doing things they shouldn't really be doing. And so
Yeah.
supervising is really a primary important
Sure.
you know.
So let's talk about number 2. You talk about and tip number 2 in your blog post that you have for us is, Josh, know when to set limits. And you had 2 really good tips you
Yeah.
shared with us offline. What
in
are those 2 limits that you have?
in fact, those limits again, or this tips is taken from my family. No devices in the bedroom, and that's simple, but it's a hard rule.
Yeah.
And if if your children are accessing the internet for different reasons, for me, is they have to be no internet 1 hour before bedtime. So
Hmm.
no devices in the bedroom is really important. Many things can happen, and no
Yeah.
internet before bedtime.
Those are 2 great tips. And talk to us about tip number 3, which is don't post personal information. Can you give us an example of that?
Yes, absolutely. Josh, that's when, as parents, we have to step in because our children can't really understand the danger of what they do. Simple example, everyone is excited to post on their next vacation and count down. Now, unfortunately, doing so also tells the world that you are going on vacation shortly. In fact, there are a few set websites harvesting that information uh, for uh, for different purposes.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So that's a really good tip. Don't announce that you're going on vacation. In fact, one of my tactics in my book is a week or 2 weeks after you're back from vacation is a great time to post a picture and say vacation was awesome a few weeks ago, right? And then it
Yes,
doesn't share with
absolutely,
anybody while you're away. Okay, talk to us
absolutely.
about tip number 4. Discuss the dangers with your children. You had a tactical tip for us on that one. Well,
Yeah.
what is it?
Yeah, first and foremost is about having an open dialogue with your children,
Hmm.
discussing about the dangers, discussing about some decisions might be dangerous and might leave them uh, create some situation that they don't want. Uh,
Yeah,
Conversation first and foremost. There's much inappropriate content on the web. Uh, that also is important. Uh,
So talk to us about now. Let's get into your background here real quick. You are a concerned parent of 3 kids. You used to work at RIM, which is the BlackBerry company, right?
yes,
Talk
that's
to us
correct.
about what you're working on at your firm that you started called Blue Point Technologies. You have a new device out. Can you tell us what it is and show us what it is?
Yes, absolutely. Well, Josh, a few years ago, I caught my children looking at interesting content, I may say, my 2 boys, and they were giggling, and it really opened my eyes to what can happen. And so I searched for months on solutions on how to be able to supervise. And
Hmm.
it's about me as being a parent and not really finding someone or something to do my duty, if you want. So I created a product that really mimics and meets the requirements that I had. So it's a simple. It starts with a simple wireless access point. Nowadays, most of all traffic goes through wireless. Nevertheless, we also have wired connection to it. Very
Hmm.
simple to set up. You basically connect it to your existing router, and the unit will start filtering and also telling you the traffic going through it from your children, and you'll be able to supervise the content straight from your smartphone.
That's great. So it'll work both wireless. So if your kids have an LTE device at home or something, maybe they have an iPhone or an Android, you're saying it'll work on just about any device in the house, tablet, phone, or Wi-Fi only
Yeah,
phone.
any Wi-Fi devices that work on, and also wired devices, you are able to supervise where they go. You're also able to filter based on the age if you want. You're also able to set limits. Like I said, for my older daughter, the internet is shut off automatically 1 hour before her bedtime.
Yeah, that's very smart, and that's great. You don't have to. The machine does it for you. You don't have to say, put your device away. It just
That's
shuts off,
correct.
right?
And in fact, it also tells her nicely before that
Oh, that is
that
genius.
she's
Well,
that she's close to her limit. Because
Antoine,
it brings,
those of you that are watching this video, you can click the links below to learn about mykinder.com, which is the website that points to the device that Antoine just showed you. Basically, a router for all of you normal people like me, the layman. It's a router that's smart, that's easy to use, that you can then monitor on your smartphone from pretty much anywhere in the world. And it puts you a little bit more in control so that you can see what's happening at home. Hey, Antoine, I want to thank you for being on the video.
thank you, Josh. It's my
It's great.
pleasure.
It's great to have you. Those of you that are watching the video, I've got a new book out called Light, Bright, and Polite, which does a little bit of safety and a whole new way of looking at the web. It talks about the good side of the web, which I know Antoine believes in because he said the power of the internet is so vast. We just need to make sure to keep kids safe. I encourage you to visit safesmartsocial.com to see our social media parent guides so that you can see which apps are good, are medium, and are bad. And we rate them all for you there. We make it really easy so that you as the parent can go from confused to comfortable. And that's our goal here at safesmartsocial.com. I'm Josh Ochs. I'm honored that you watched this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the near future. As always, my friends, keep it light, bright, and polite. Have a great day.